Vision's got the music. Okay, hold on. Like right there? Yeah. And then hold up. I just really don't want it to drop. Alrighty. So. Epic. Decided I was gonna wait till I got home to do this, but I kind of felt like doing it right now. And yeah, here we are. Today's topic is going to be how to get fucking jacked, basically. So, even though some people might say that I shouldn't be giving advice about how to get jacked because I'm not jacked, but to those people I say, fuck you. I'm not jacked per se, but I look decent, okay? I'm 19 years old. I've gained a bit of muscle. I know a little bit what I'm talking about. And at the very least, I'm just fucking spewing what other people that know what they're talking about, what they say. I'm just saying what they say. So, at the end of the day, you can always choose who to listen to. Whether you would want to listen to someone younger like me or somebody older. You know, there's always going to be a difference in perspective, but at the end of the day, it's up to you who you want to listen to, so you got to make that choice for yourself. Anyways, going on to today's topic, I want to talk about how to get as jacked as possible. And you might be thinking right now, Brandon, as jacked as possible? That must be a lot of stuff. And yeah, it is a lot of stuff to consider, but you know, that doesn't make it bad, doesn't make it not worth doing. If you really want to get as jacked as possible, you gotta be willing to do the shit that sucks, the shit that, you know, at the end of the day, you really don't wanna do. On some days, you're really not gonna wanna do things. You're not gonna wanna meal prep. You're not gonna wanna wake up early and go to the gym. You're not gonna wanna hit your macros. You're gonna wanna eat out. On those days, those are the days where you have to show up for yourself. You know, like, fuck everybody else. You need to show up for yourself. Doesn't matter what anybody else is saying or thinking or doing. You need to be doing what you know you need to do for yourself, and you shouldn't be doing anything for anybody else. Like, not necessarily, but you shouldn't be doing things. Your only goals should not be for other people. Your main goals should be for yourself. We need to prioritize ourselves more because, you know, a lot of the time we don't do that nowadays. We're always caring what other people think, caring what other people are doing. And you know what I say to that? Who fucking cares what those people are doing? It don't matter. But yeah. So anyways, moving on to actually how to get jacked. I mean, the main thing is you gotta get your ass in the gym. That's literally the most important thing. You just gotta go to the gym. You know, there is definitely ways that you can target and, let's say, be more advanced in your training and be specific and tailor towards your needs and what muscles you want to bring up. But if you're just beginning in the gym, you don't need to worry about any of that shit. You don't have to worry about targeting your fucking, you know, lats because they're small. Because, like, yeah, they're small, but so is every other part of your body in regards to, like, where you could be and where other people are at. So basically, you just need to train. And what that would look like for a beginner, honestly, the best thing you could do as a beginner would be to hop on a full body every other day. That would be literally the best thing you could do. And it would probably be the easiest thing for you to do because, especially when you're getting into the gym, all you should start off with is more like compound movements. Like, you shouldn't, if you're just starting in the gym, you can't be doing the science-based bullshit where you're doing like fucking 30 different exercises with like multiple sets each, and you know, you can't target specific areas because everywhere is small. You got to target everywhere. So the best way to do that is building your compound lifts, building a bench, building a squat. You know, maybe not necessarily a regular deadlift, but you could do RDLs or stiff leg deadlift to target your hamstrings and your back. But we shouldn't be doing a whole bunch of accessory exercises like single joint, doing fucking unilateral tricep extensions and stuff like that, because you know, you haven't even built a foundation yet. So if you're just getting into the gym, start doing full body every other day. Throw in a bench press, throw in a fly. You could do like a an incline bench. You could do a flat bench, some sort of fly. You would definitely need a upper back row, a lat pull down at least. And then you can experiment with throwing in other exercises. But honestly, at the end of the day, you don't really need to throw in a whole bunch of different accessory exercises when you can, you know, just get strong at the basics. That's the biggest thing, is just getting stronger over time, and, you know, you're gonna start building muscle. If you're just getting stronger and your form is good, that's another big thing, form. When you start off at the gym, like, you don't have any fucking clue how to do proper form. So, and you know, there's a lot of people at the gym that think they know how to do proper form and they've been working out for years, but they still, you know, hit a lat pull down, arching their back and just not hitting their lats at all. They think they are, but they're really not, and that's why their back is small. So basically, my advice, if you're looking for tips on form, is just fucking search it up, bro. You got a whole phone on you, this thing, supercomputer bullshit, that can search up literally anything you want at any time you want to, and you can just get the information that you need to get. But the only thing I'd be careful about is like who you choose to listen to. There are a lot of good people out there, but there's also a lot of, you know, bad people, bad advice out there. So just be cautious. The best thing you can do is listen to multiple different people, especially people that like have done this for a long time and, you know, have, you know, some progress to show, have, you know, clients that they can show to prove that they know what they're talking about, that their own physique is built. And, you know, not every time when you see someone big, they know what they're talking about. Sometimes you can, you know, just get big and you don't know what the fuck you're doing. But some people are just like that. So you just got to be careful about who you're listening to. Moving on from that, from training, you definitely need some proper nutrition. That is another really big thing. People like to fucking hop on steroids because they haven't seen any inkling of, or just like a small bit of progress, but that's fucking retarded, to be honest. That is actually retarded. If you're hopping on gear and you've never fucking cooked yourself chicken before, what are you doing, buddy? You know, I know people that are like, oh, I want to hop on, but they've never cooked themselves a meal before. Buddy, you got to learn how to make food before you can start pinning yourself, before you can start, you know, risking fucking lifelong side effects and shit. Like, once you start taking steroids, you can never stop taking steroids. I don't know why people think like, oh, I could just do one cycle. I'll hop on one cycle and then I'll never do it again. No. If you hop on one cycle, you're on that shit for the rest of your life for most substances. You pin yourself with testosterone, and then your body's like, oh, I'm getting so much extra testosterone, I can just stop making it. And then boom, your body stops making it, and then it never starts making it again, and you need to take that shit for the rest of your life. So don't do that, to be honest. I mean, your body, your choice, but like, I'm gonna be bigger than you and I'm fucking natural, so that sucks. Another thing, back to nutrition. The biggest thing is just eating fucking clean food. Like, you shouldn't be going out. Honestly, people are like, oh, you shouldn't go out that many times. Go out once a week, or like eat fast food once a week. Don't eat fast food ever, bro. That shit is ass. It makes you feel like ass. This guy just pulled out in front of me, bro. What are you doing? But anyways, yeah, it makes you feel like ass. So why would you want to put that shit in your body? I get it tastes good, but that 10, 15 minutes of satisfaction is not worth feeling like garbage for another, you know, couple hours and shitting yourself on the toilet. So make yourself some clean food, eat your fucking vegetables. Fiber is a very important thing that is very much underlooked. You know, I'm in nursing school and I've learned that, just adding a little bit of fiber into your diet can help decrease colorectal cancer significantly. I seen TikToks of a guy saying increasing your fiber, every time you increase your fiber by 10, obviously up to a certain point. You can't just have like 1,000 grams of fiber, that's not gonna do anything. But if you're having if you're eating 5 grams of fiber a day, increasing it by 10 is going to decrease your risk of colorectal cancer by like a very significant percentage. I can't remember what he said, but I don't want to just throw out bullshit even though I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah. So eat your fiber. That could look like potatoes. I eat a lot of potatoes, vegetables, any sort of greens, any sort of fruit. And it's really easy to add those seeds, like chia seeds are really good. So just throw those things in your diet. It's really easy. People like to overcomplicate nutrition a lot, saying, oh, you gotta do this and this and this. I will explain my day and my nutrition to a T, and I've been doing this every day for weeks. I wake up in the morning, I drink lots of water. If I'm going to the gym, I'll have my pre-workout yogurt bowl, which consists of 150 grams of Greek yogurt, it's gonna be 140 grams of raspberries, a banana, and then I'm gonna throw in 50 grams of Rice Krispie cereal, which is really good because it's just straight carbs. And then I'll throw in a little bit of walnuts just to slow down my digestion. Okay, well, I'm just gonna keep talking and I really hope it's gonna still be doing it. Why is this person walking on the fucking highway right now? What am I looking at? Dude's bags fell out of the back of his truck. Maybe you should fucking throw some shit on there, buddy. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I really hope it's working and you can hear me. But basically, my yogurt bowl, put a bit of walnuts in there to slow down my digestion. And then I eat that, I go to the gym, have my pre-workout and shit. And then for lunch, I usually have chicken, potatoes, and a little bit of nuts. And then for my dinner, I'll have chicken and potatoes again, but I'll usually throw eggs and spinach in there to get some, lots of vitamins, minerals, that kind of shit. And then I will have, what else? I'll have like a yogurt bowl before bed with some fruit and with some seeds and, yogurt to get my protein up. And yeah, that's what I've been eating. I've been gaining for a little while. I have been losing a little bit of weight though, so I'm gonna increase my calories. But yeah, now that I'm on winter break, I'm locked in. So anyways, back to the nutrition. See, but looking at my nutrition, it's not that complicated. It's just some shit slapped in a bowl and call it a day. Throw some chicken in the oven, throw some potatoes in the air fryer. It's so easy. People get so scared, oh, meal prep, oh, it's so hard. I throw that shit in for 30 minutes, walk away, do whatever, and then come back and it's done. And, how is that difficult? It's not. Moving on from nutrition. So I've covered lifting, covered nutrition, and this is very a shallow dive into things. So if anybody's actually watching this and they want more about something specific, then fucking, put that shit in the comments or something and I'll do my best. Moving on to sleep. Sleep is another one of the big three that I would say is important for gaining muscle. So sleep, so important. Get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep is what I find most people like to say and what I find works the best for me. If I go below 7, I notice it immediately. And I like to get my sleep. So I like to get closer to 9 hours of sleep a lot of the time, making me feel good. But I can function off of 7 to 8 as well. The biggest thing about sleep is, get off your phone before you don't have to necessarily get off your phone completely, but just don't sit there scrolling reels, watch some YouTube, maybe something educational, have some blue light blocking glasses, have the lights really low and dim, and just relax before you go to bed. 30 minutes to an hour of just relaxing before you go to bed. Start getting you in the mood, your body's gonna start producing melatonin, and you're gonna start fucking wanting to fall asleep. Reading is probably one of the best things you could do, just bore yourself to sleep. But you don't want to watch anything that's gonna increase your heart rate at all. You want your heart rate to be nice and low and your body to be nice and calm. And basically, there are supplements you can take to get better sleep. Like you could take magnesium is a good supplement, zinc is a good supplement for going to bed. I take those. Like caffeine can stay in your bloodstream, in your system for up to 12 hours. So, or not up to 12 hours, like up to 14 hours. So usually around like 10 to 14 or 12 to 14. So I would make sure that you're having caffeine at least 12 hours, no later than 12 hours before you go to bed, to make sure that you're able to get to sleep without any disturbances. And yeah, plan your sleep. Make sure you have a schedule, a rhythm that you can get into. It just makes things a lot easier. If you have like a specific amount of time set away for how, I'm gonna do 30 minutes, I'm gonna do 45, I'm gonna do 60 minutes of getting ready for bed, and then your sleep will drastically improve from that. And also make sure that there's no lights in your room, there's no like weird sounds or noises. Maybe you can get like a white noise machine if that helps you sleep. That would be good. And yeah, I mean, those are the main things for building muscle without going into like too much detail about anything specifically. And I really hope my audio saved and did not turn off, because that would be very unfortunate. Let's take a look.